And for those of you that have concerns, I want to say we want to work with you to make things better, because we in Kosovo believe that democracy is never a finished project. It was actually sufficient to listen to the speech of the Russian Federation to understand which party here is telling the truth and which one is spurring falsities through a propaganda machine. Russia once again used propaganda against the people of Kosovo and against those who fought for the freedom of Kosovo, the Kosovo Liberation Army. The biggest difference between Kosovo and Serbia is that we are not afraid of justice, which is why we have ourselves created the specialist chambers, because we will not allow for a moral equivalence to be created between those who committed genocide and those that defended our people from genocide. As was the case in the past, we are fully confident that justice will once again prevail. Mr. President, members of the Council, my people were victims of some of the most horrendous crimes known in humankind history. It is precisely because of the pain and the suffering we had to go through that make us so committed to never ever see that ever happening to anyone else again, no matter their ethnicity or religion or other background. It is being victims of a genocidal war that has shaped us into the strongest defenders of peace, stability, human rights, rule of law, and freedom, but also defenders of truth from propaganda. You heard Russia and Ms. Brnabic today speaking about the so-called Kurti terror. Kurti is the Prime Minister of the Republic of Kosovo, but he was also a war prisoner, almost tortured to death in their prisons, while the President of Serbia during those same years was the Minister of Propaganda for Milosevic. And as if that was not enough, they publicly state, even nowadays, including last night by the President of Serbia, that they wish that they had never released Kurti from prisons alive. Yet again, the Prime Minister of Kosovo has chosen the dialogue. In that table led by EU negotiators, on one side you have the Prime Minister of Kosovo, a war prisoner, almost tortured to death. And on the other side, you have the Minister of Propaganda of the regime that tortured him. But we will never give up on dialogue as the only means for resolving any difference between us, because Kosovo is a country full of Mandelas, Gandhis, and Martin Luther Kings, of people who strive for the future, for peace and reconciliation. Our parliament, our government, every institution, every house in our republic is full of survivors of horrendous crimes, but all of them committed to and working for peace. This is who we are, a nation of survivors who thrive, a nation committed to peace because we have seen the opposite of it, a nation committed to democracy because we've lived the opposite of it, and a nation that is ready to pay any price to ensure the survival and the success of liberty.